Hi, Professor Kallimanis here. Just wanted to make a little video to talk to you a little bit about the kinds of cheating that might happen in the class. And the big thing is, taking an assignment that was written by somebody else, using something that you wrote for another class. Those are cheating. And then we have plagiarism, where you take something from a produced source and you don't cite it properly. And then I guess the biggest one right now is about AI, right? So we have a professor here who says that AI is me. So the thing is, when you're looking at AI, whatever you prompted it to say, so the generative prompt is going to be the thing that's going to come back to you. So if you're using something for my class, you definitely want to think about if you take something off of, let's say, Firefly or Gemini or Chat GPT, it should be something that is more for the background, right? It doesn't actually go into the paper. So something like, let's say you're trying to get yourself organized, or you're brainstorming and you can't think of what to say. And so you just put in the title of the piece and the author, and then you see what comes up. But anytime you interact with that, you just want to make sure that you keep the screenshot of that. Because if you decide to use any of it in your paper, then you have to refer to it in what we call an in-text citation. So academic honest use of generative AI includes providing the transcript as part of the working document. So these are honest ways of using AI. But let's say you do something like you generate a piece of your work in the paper and you don't add the citation of where you found it. If you present something that generative AI wrote for you or discussed the piece or you presented it as your own, this is dishonesty. If you ask the generative AI to produce the entire paper or an essay or a reflection, and I would encourage you, if you do something like that, to make sure, because what ends up happening is AI is dishonest and it finds scholars that don't exist or it makes up information. So you don't want that to happen. So we're just going to think about, how to use it responsibly. The policy here in my course is that if you cite it, if you use it for this kind of honest assignment, you're fine. If you tell me that you used it, put it in your works cited page. Put the Chat GPT reference in parentheses in the body of where it's included. However, if you're going to present the work as your own and it's dishonest, then you're not expanding on ideas and you've generated something that we might consider to be academically dishonest. If that is the case, you will get a 0. Now, the literary canon is the question in this class. So you've got to decide, do these pieces belong in the canon? And artificial intelligence shouldn't decide that. We should all decide that. So AI is me. And AI is you. And we want to make sure we use it responsibly. And you don't want to find yourself in trouble in school. And more importantly, you want to own your own work and your own thoughts. All right, I hope that's helpful. Thanks for checking in. We're going to keep leveling up. I'll see you out there.